Citrus Bowl score, Notre Dame Fighting Irish vs LSU Tigers TV channel, how to watch live stream. Get the complete box score and in-game stats above, TV channel and live stream info for the Citrus Bowl below. What? Number 14 Notre Dame Fighting Irish, 9-3, vs. Number 17 LSU Tigers, 9-3. When, 10 a.m. PT, Monday, January 1st. Where, Camping World Stadium, Orlando, Florida. TV, ABC. Live stream, watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Line, LSU-3. Over, 51.5. Series history, this will be the 12th meeting between the Irish and Tigers, with Notre Dame holding a slim 5-6 edge, 2-1 in bowl meetings. College Football Bowl scores, TV schedule, College Football Playoff 2018. College Football Bowl scores, TV schedule, College Football Playoff 2018. From the Celebration Bowl on December 16 to the College Football Playoff National Championship on January 8, get the complete bowl schedule. AP Preview, LSU quarterback Danny Etling grew up in Terre Haute, IND, about 220 miles southwest of Notre Dame's campus in South Bend. Back then, Etling was a huge fan of the Fighting Irish. He attended games with his family and proudly wore the team's gear. An old jersey, number 3 for Joe Montana, still hangs in his house. Yet while Etling developed into a high school star, Notre Dame looked elsewhere in its recruiting efforts. Etling signed with nearby Purdue before eventually transferring to LSU. On Monday afternoon, the senior quarterback will square off against his former favorite team in the final game of his college career when number 17 LSU, 9-3, plays number 14 Notre Dame, 9-3, in the Citrus Bowl at Orlando's Camping World Stadium. Once I began loving football more than basketball, I grew up thinking I'd be a quarterback for Notre Dame, Etling told the New Orleans Times-Picayune. But they barely recruited me. I was a pro-style quarterback and they were going in a different offensive direction. I've made such good friends and I've had such good teammates, at LSU, that I wouldn't trade it for the world. Coming to LSU has been everything I wanted and more. Both teams want to make a strong showing in order to secure a 10-win season. Notre Dame has accomplished the feat 2 times under coach Brian Kelly. Meanwhile, LSU is searching for its first 10-win campaign since 2013 under ex-coach Leigh Miles, since replaced by Ed Orgeron. The Fighting Irish flew to Orlando 6 days before the game to adjust to warmer conditions. I actually love it, being from a warmer state, Notre Dame tight end Durham Smythe, a Texan, told the Orlando Sentinel. I think when we left South Bend it was 2 degrees, so I'd prefer this, but it does take a day or 2 just to get acclimated. Not everyone on the team made the trip. Notre Dame will be short-handed, particularly in the passing game, without wide receivers Kevin Stepherson, suspension, and Chase Claypool, injury, as well as tight ends Alize Mack, suspension, and Brock Wright, injury. That means quarterback Brandon Wimbush might have to rely more heavily on targets such as Equanimus St. Brown, Miles Boykin, and Chris Finca at wideout. Smythe could play a big role along with fellow tight ends Nick Weissar and Cole Kmet. Wimbush struggled throughout much of the regular season as he completed only 49.8% of his passes for 1,818 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He proved to be dangerous with his feet as he rushed for 765 yards and a team-leading 14 touchdowns. Fighting Irish running back Josh Adams, 1,386 yards, 9 touchdowns, shined behind a behemoth offensive line anchored by Mike McGlinchey and Quentin Nelson. The emphasis on the ground game is likely to continue versus LSU, which will be without its top 3 linebackers because of injuries. LSU waited until later in the week before traveling to Orlando. The Tigers wrapped up the regular season with victories in 3 games in a row and 6 of their past 7. Etling avoided too many turnovers as he completed 60.3% of his passes for 2,234 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He added 107 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Senior wideout DJ Chark led the Tigers with 35 catches for 811 yards and 3 scores. Wideout Russell Gage, 19 catches, 270 yards, and tight end Foster Morrow, 20 catches, 214 yards, also hauled in 3 touchdowns apiece. In the backfield, Tigers running back Darius Hughes racked up 1,153 rushing yards to go along with 11 touchdowns. Hughes missed several bowl practices because of a knee injury but returned to practice on Tuesday and is expected to be ready for the game. LSU is stout on defense even without its starting linebacker core. Defensive tackle Greg Gilmore, 6.5 sacks, and defensive end Christian Lacouture, 6 sacks, lead the unit. Notre Dame linebacker T. Von Coney has 99 tackles on the season and is almost certain to top the century mark against the Tigers. Defensive tackle Jerry Tillery is tops with 4 sacks. This marks the 12th meeting between the teams. Notre Dame owns a 6-5 series edge, including a 31-28 win in the most recent matchup in the Music City Bowl on December 30, 2014.